everybody, welcome back to the journey of my YouTube channel. Today I am talking about an idea that I've had, just kind of testing the waters to see if people are interested in this. And what kind of sparked this idea was a comment on my video about Dracula and how it was not like I expected. That's part of my series on classic books and whether or not they are like my expectations for them. And I got this great comment from Danny at Danny Dabbles, so please go check out her booktube channel. I really enjoyed that. And she said that she doesn't read too many classics herself because they intimidate her a little. She assumes that they would be inaccessible. And my videos, she said, help normalize them and bring them down to a level that's attainable for all readers. And I got so excited when I saw that because that was definitely my goal with this series, is to look at classics not in terms of an academic perspective on them or reading them like a scholar, even though that is something that I enjoy myself. What I like to do with my videos is just point out the parts of classics that feel very relatable to life today and that are accessible to everybody. And I really enjoy helping people feel like classics aren't beyond their reach and that classics are something that they can read and enjoy even if they don't consider themselves super highbrow literary readers. So what I'm considering doing is, over the course of the next few weeks, as I read the Odyssey, posting weekly videos of my progress in reading the Iliad and how it's going. And I could do things like do some research about the Iliad to give some more background of where the writer was coming from and some more details about the time period that should make it make more sense. Because one thing that I find about a lot of classics is that sometimes they feel like they don't make any sense. They just feel really weird and random because we come to them without any context. So sometimes understanding the context can actually make a classic feel a lot more relatable because we understand where the author is coming from. So if I do these weekly updates, it would just be kind of a quick summary of what happens in the section of the book that I read that week. And then I would point out just some things that struck me as feeling very relatable, as feeling very immediate, and something that would be accessible or interesting to readers today, something that doesn't feel all distant and musty, and something like it comes from a completely different world of aliens, like just to point out things in these books that feel very human and that haven't changed throughout the years, and the reasons why we keep reading these classics even though it's been such an extremely long time since some of them were written, like the Iliad. And then if it turns out that people do enjoy this, then I might continue to do that with other classics. Like in February, I'm planning to read the Odyssey, so that will be kind of a continuation of the Iliad. And then I'm also hoping to reread Lord of the Rings this spring into early summer. So that is a classic that most people find a lot more accessible and that isn't considered an extremely ancient classic like these, but I also just think it would be fun to do a read along of Lord of the Rings as I go through that. If anybody wants to reread them or just review them through my videos, or if you haven't read Lord of the Rings at all, I know that a lot of people feel like they're failures as readers because they haven't read Lord of the Rings or something. So that's not the case. I only read them a couple of years ago for the first time, so I get it. But if you're interested in reading or rereading Lord of the Rings or the Iliad and the Odyssey or other classics through a series like this, let me know. Some other classics I can think of that I might want to do this with would be like To Kill a Mockingbird, which is another classic that I think a lot of people find more accessible than typical classics. The Epic of Gilgamesh is another one that I'm hoping to read this year, as I mentioned in my video about what I'm most excited for in 2023. I'm thinking about reading The Three Musketeers this year. I'm thinking about reading War and Peace or Anna Karenina or something Leo Tolstoy. I would love to read another Dostoevsky, like the Brothers Karamazov. So if any of those sound interesting to you to do a read along with, let me know about that, or any other classics that sound kind of interesting to you but also intimidating and you're not sure if they're going to feel accessible or interesting to you. Then I think it would be really interesting to do a read along, and you can either read the books along with me or you can watch the videos to see if the books sound like something that would be worth your time. But I think that's a really cool idea, and if you've been enjoying my videos on the classics, I think that you would probably enjoy a series like this as well. So again, comment below, let me know if that sounds interesting to you, let me know what you would want that to look like and what books you would want to talk about, and if the Iliad sounds interesting to you to read along throughout the month of February, and I will look forward to hearing from you about that. So again, this YouTube channel for me is just an adventure where I try things and see if they work and see if people like them, and if not, then readjust it. And so this is just kind of another stage of that where I came up with another idea, and I haven't seen something exactly like this done before. If you've seen other examples of this kind of thing, then please give me a link to those videos, because I would love to check out what other people are doing and learn from them. So anyway, looking forward to hearing from you, and until then, thanks for journeying with me. Bye!